When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
All right, and welcome everybody to the Davis Brothers Roofing 200 here at Richmond. My name is James Riles, and with me in the booth I have Joseph Lester. Joseph, how the heck are you, man? And what are you looking to see here at Richmond?
Doing pretty good, and I'm looking for these guys to be slipping and sliding. I really think it's going to be a test of who can roll the center the best and who can get off exit without slipping the tires.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's just going to be an absolute slugfest here at Richmond. Single groove track, it's looking like, and especially as we get over the race info, we are at the 0.72 mile short track in Richmond, 78 degrees, track temperature of 96 degrees. So it's going to be slipping and sliding, high humidity, a little bit of clouds though, that'll help out, but This is the first short track we've seen since the Clash, Joseph.
Yeah, it is, and I expect more of what we saw in the Clash, like RJ Root being up front, and which we've seen throughout the season, no matter what. JC Gibson, he wasn't in the Clash, but he's been really strong this week in testing, so I expect these guys to be really competitive here today.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of, one of the guys that I was really looking forward to see here today was Joe Stafford, one of the only drivers with a win outside of Field Filler Racing. And, you know, he's a short track champion to come in, but unfortunately life got in the way. He's not going to be able to make it. Does have a sub in for him for points, but Tim Trowbridge coming out here looking really good and currently in second place as we go to our qualifying tower there, so you where everybody's at, as we have about 2 minutes left in qualifying. 27 drivers have their times in here. Does the qualifying translate, or is this one of those cars, these tracks where you just have to go out and see where it rubbers up?
Well, I mean, qualifying does translate. A lot of these guys are using their race setups because you can't add tape. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys are able to manage throughout the race.
Yeah, definitely. As you know, tire strategy played such a big role at these short tracks last year. We saw a couple races get decided in the pits on who was able to come in at the right time. And with 200 laps here at Sunday Night NASCAR, what are we looking about, a 60 pit window, 60 laps?
I think that's about right. Fuel, you can go 90. But for tires, you're gonna want to go around 60 to 75, depending on what strategy you're on.
Definitely. So be on the lookout for that, folks. Again, we are live here on Esports Broadcasting Network. If you're over on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, we are Sim Racing Media. Already got the chat going. Cade Randall Roberts says work for those people at DBR. Appreciate you showing up, Cade. But yes, that's Davis Brothers Roofing, roofing in the Tennessee area. We will shout them out a little bit more later, but that commercial roofing, residential, I know we just had a tornado go through where I am, and those roofers had their hands full, but being able to get out there and do that work for you. First people you should call your insurance agent. Second people call Davis Brothers Roofing. Have them get out there and take care of your roofing needs. Lone qualifying is complete. We're going to be starting up here very shortly as I'm going to give you guys the grid. Alex Murray there in first in that 40 Ford. Tim Trowbridge in second. Ford's coming out good in qualifying. Kind of some life imitating art there. Ryan Samuelson in third. JC Gibson in fourth. Outside, or in row 3, inside Nolan Hodgson, and then Raymond Root. RJ not really getting, sixth isn't bad, but for RJ, he's usually being a little bit higher than that. But Austin Story there in row 4. Outside row 4, Dakota Cave. Then row 5, Randy Spivey and William Fink.
11th, we'll have Tom McGee. 12th, Bob Nestor. 13th, Josh Ward. 14th, Andrew Layton. 15th, Nick Breidenbach. 16th, Chris Claude. 17th, Dalton Mobley. 18th, Marty Roberts. 19th will be Warren Young. And 20th will be Seba Cornez.
And 21st, Chad Khalif. Then Kevin Rourke on his outside. There in 23rd, Jet Carson and Chad Sanner. Row 13, Cody Strom, Jeff O'Rourke. Then we got Kavaja Holt and Dave Regal, row 14. Alex Princeton starts out on the inside, row 15, with Matt Gaskins to his outside. Then Charles Eaton and Ken Ron in 31st and 32nd. Then Jared Phillips and Brian Tarnowski electing not to qualify. They want to start at the back here. Probably not a bad idea. It's going to be a slick track. It's going to be hard to get yourself going here, as we are about to find out very shortly. As the pace lights are off, we are going to get rolling. I think they might give us one more. They are going to... Had me worried there
You
for a
stopped-
second, Joseph.
Yeah, you stopped at Brian Tarnowski, but there's actually one more guy in the field. That is Leo Bonacasa in that 45 2311 Toyota. So look for him to make his way through the field as he's tied for 9th in the points with his teammate, Nolan Hodgson.
Yeah, there you go. Good catch. Leo Bonacasa from Long Island, New York, able to get that 45 machine around. So we're going to go one more time around on the backstretch here at Richmond. Go ahead and give that Facebook stream, that YouTube stream, however you're watching, go ahead and hit that like button. Help us get out there and get these drivers the recognition they deserve as that Ford pace car dives down pit road. Alex Murray coming off the win last week at COTA. Going to be bringing him around. Huge line on the outside. And we are moving the 74 of Tim Trowbridge up top. Ryan Samuelson and JC Gibson. Let's just hear these things run around. As lap 1 is in the books, Joseph, Alex Murray able to step it out. Tim Trowbridge about half a second back. RJ Root already making up points. I mean, there's going to be battles all throughout the field, folks. If you have a driver you're here to watch, please let us know in the chat. It's going to be hard to get to everybody, and I like to know and give those guys a little bit extra. So, Joseph, we're seeing a lot of highline right now. A lot of people just, trying to get
Josh
out.
Ward's in the wall.
Josh Ward, is he going to hold it up there? He is. Look at that, gentlemen. Letting everybody through. There we go. We've already seen cars get loose.
Whoa, we see RJ Root sideways. He's in the grass. He will lose tons and tons of positions. I don't know where he exactly fell back to, but that was pretty far back. It looks like 10th.
Yeah, that's not going to be good for him as he is now in 10th place. We keep an eye on him because he's got 3 wins in the series so far. Field filler doing an absolutely ridiculous job. 4 wins between them as Alex Murray has
Sideways to Tim Trowbridge.
Oh my gosh. I can't keep up. Second place. Everyone up front having a problem. Everybody behind, possibly because they're going a little bit slower, trying to not cause issues mid-pack.
And then you saw Austin Story lock up trying to miss him and almost ran right into him. So definitely a lot of action going on so far, but I mean, crazy racing up front.
Yeah, crazy racing all the way around. Andrew Late in the 9 machine, up 5 spots already, trying to work his way around, and lap 7 of 20 is down. And that Hawaiian Tropic 84 just hanging on the high line. So if you want to stick on the inside, that's where he was. If you want to stick on the inside, Joseph, how detrimental is that going to be throughout your race?
Well, you gotta get on that bottom, at least in 3 and 4. 1 and 2 will open up the possibility to run a little higher and arc it down to the bottom, but eventually in that turn 1 and 2, you want to be at the bottom at some point.
Yeah, definitely. As want to get there, but if it turns into a battle of just trying to keep the tires clean, is that bottom line give you enough to do it, or do you need to work that top line in every now and then to cool it down?
Well, we saw Ryan
Samuelson in the wall.
And then you got Dakota Cave sideways. Not sure what the caution... I mean, they all got it straightened up, so not sure what the caution was for.
Hard contact for Dakota Cave. Let's take a look.
So we saw Ryan Samuelson hit the wall coming out of 2. Dakota Cave swerved to miss it. Locked up and hit Bob Nestor. They all got it straight, so I can see where the caution is coming from, but we'll get it back going. We got a good 10-lap run in So, should be interesting to watch.
Yeah, definitely. As it looks like, from talking to, we heard Race Control come over. Race Control is going to be on it today, folks. They have their finger on the button because you just don't know here. You don't know at Richmond whether someone's going to come up there. Dakota Cave doing a fantastic job in saving that. He's going to come in. Ryan Samuelson, Bob Nestor, and then Tom McGee, William Fink, and Jeff Carson. Not involved in anything, but they're going to come down, get a splash and go, maybe get a little bit of longer run in. Who knows? No stage breaks here at Sunday Night NASCAR, Joseph. So it's just going to come down to tire conservation and seeing how long we can get a run in.
Yeah, it really is. And you said there's no stages, but I know some of these guys sort of break the race up into 2, 3, 4 different parts, and like maybe the first 50 laps you don't want to push it too hard, you're just kind of running around. Next 50 laps maybe start pushing it a little more, just getting the feel of how your car is for those first 100 laps, and then you go another 50 laps. You want to be in the top 10 at that point, and then in the final 50 laps you're going to want to push as much as you can to get up to the lead. That's how a lot of these drivers break the race up. So you say there's no actual stages, but these guys have their own little stages in their head.
Yeah, definitely. And me, I know I try and outthink. I overthink, especially in short tracks like this. Your whole strategy changes the second the leader comes in pit road when you weren't expecting him to, or a late stage caution. So everything's in your mind here at a short track, folks. But the one thing that definitely helps is if you got yourself a Buttkicker. If you got a little device you can attach to your race rig, or if you're not into racing, you can slap that sucker underneath your couch when you're watching movies, and it goes off the base and actually will shake your seat, your couch, whatever you got. It'll shake it and add that extra immersion, where that would come into handy here, Joseph, if you have that thing attuned to your tire sound, and you do it right, you can actually feel the car coming out underneath you.
Yeah, and with this car, that is vital, because something with the rear diameter, I believe it is, locks the tire, or the rear differential. It locks one of the tires, but it'll keep the other one spinning. And that, with the old cars, you saw both the tires lock, and that it was able to save it a little bit easier because you were able to turn both the tires. But with this one, it'll lock one and the other will keep spinning, so you're gonna have to get out of the gas and save it before you even feel it getting loose.
Yeah, definitely. One thing that I learned today is we have 1 lap to go. Alex Murray has the lead and is not gonna let it go. He's got J.C. Gibson and a bunch of Toyotas behind him. Austin Story, Nolan Hodgson, and Randy Spivey.
Yeah, I mean, those Toyotas were strong in the real life race, and it seems like that's translating over here, but we're going through 3 and 4 and about to go green. Alex Murray will lead him to the green once again. J.C. Gibson doesn't get the greatest of starts. Nolan Hodgson will be on the inside into 1. Austin Story will follow behind J.C. trying to get the good run out of the corner. Then you got Tim Trowbridge trying to make a move on Austin Story.
Still a bit early. You got to take advantage of being on the inside line when you can, as he almost gets up into the 23. Able to do it right and not. But now R.J. Root having to go on the attack on the 74. Almost getting to that inside. You got to clear that. Then we got Randy Spivey in the
Tim's on the wall.
History is repeating itself. Tim Trowbridge into the wall again. As R.J. Root on the inside. 2 Fords battling it out. Dalton Mobley in the 77 watching him. But Alex Princeton is up 15 positions in the 14 and that 19 Miller Light machine. going to be a lot of folks around here that we're going to have to keep an eye on. This is one of the tracks where I do like to use the tower, so I do apologize for y'all as we do have the yellow flag. Matt Gaskins and Marty Roberts.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to go back and look at that, but see what happened. So, looks like Marty Roberts just got loose and came down into Matt Gaskins, but just 2 cars. They should get it back going. These cars can take a beating throughout the race.
Yeah, and they were able to hold the line, hold the brakes, keep it off the wall. I think up until the end there at the 55 of Marty Roberts, but we're going to see that all night, folks, and I hope we don't see it the way you just want it to happen at the right time, but you can see in the background that lip you get out of second. That really upsets the car if you're not ready for it. And then we get what Joseph was talking about earlier, where that inside tire will spin and lose traction while the outside's still rolling, and that's a good way to spin her around. Just got to hope somebody's not underneath you.
Yeah, it sure is. And, I mean, just gotta be able to catch it as soon as you feel it. So get out of the gas, maybe even slam on the brakes. You'll lock them up, but at least you won't kill the car. So it's still a learning process. We're only, what, 6 races into the season?
Yes, with the first short track. So these guys, even though Richmond was instrumental in the testing of the tire and the track, or the track car combo, a lot of these drivers, this is their first experience with a short track, so to speak here. So it's a learning experience. Of course, we do have some fans. We have the Mountain Deer 42. I like that. It says go JC and Propel Motorsports. We got Ron Strom, go 53, who is Cody Strom. Doing pretty well. He's up 10 positions in 15. And then, of course, somebody's here for Nolan Hodgkins, Callie H. Here for Nolan Hodgkins, who's currently running in 3rd position. Keep them coming, folks. Keep in the chat. Let us know what you're thinking of the racing, as we have 10 viewers over on YouTube. Facebook doing pretty well as well. Hit that like button. Let us know you're there. We definitely helps keep us going during these short track races.
Yeah, just go ahead, share to anybody you can, and let us know who you want us to shout out.
Definitely is. Of course, 1 to go here. Alex Murray going to take the bottom line. It is a requirement in this league. Even if he wanted to go up top there, he would not be able to. But I think the inside line's preferred here, is it not, Joseph?
Yeah, I would say so. Unless you're that outside car able to keep it on his inside and pinch him down, the bottom's preferred, but we haven't seen the outside get good restarts all week in officials or the races we broadcast here on SRM, so I mean, it's definitely something to watch as this race goes on. Will that top line start getting better restarts? But for now, I think it's going to be a bottom feeding race.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing I learned, Joseph, is you cannot adjust the tape on these cars.
No, you can't. Something with this new rules package, they don't like tape being on the grill. So, we saw Kyle Busch get penalized for it, and you can't put it on iRacing, so don't need to worry about that for any of your favorite drivers.
Yeah, your pit crew's not going to make that mistake, as Alex Murray now is having to go into his deck of starts and see where he's going to do. This time decides to check him up and go right in that Geico restart zone. Gets a huge jump. Austin Story left behind on the outside as the 74 Tim Trowbridge comes in, looking to try and stay out of the wall. Raymond Root has made his way back up to where he started on the inside. Open setup league here, folks. If you can get that bite down low, you're going to take it, as Austin Story trying to take the other way around up high on Nolan Hodgkinson, who's been having a fantastic season. Unable to do so yet, but we can see some side-by-side racing here with some clean tires.
Yeah, you really can. Even on old tires, you can see some great side-by-side racing. I'd look for Austin as soon as he gets clear to get to the bottom. These two are teammates, but they sure didn't race like it at Coda last week.
Yeah, they were battling.
But it seems like they're always near each other.
Yeah, definitely. As Ryan Samuelson goes off track, but he came in at lap 11, one of the only folks to do so. So he's already not doing too great there. But speaking of Coda, speaking of the battle, we got Seba Cornez and the 84 of Andrew Layton. He's going to go somewhere else, but this is a pretty good battle here. They're going to be all throughout the field, folks. I cannot stress enough. This is going to be one of those races where we just can't find enough action, especially if we have all these restarts. As now Kavaja Holt, 00. So Joseph, I'm not the guy who races. I'm in the booth. You're the Gordon to the other guy. I don't know their names enough. But tell me about just how important it is on these restarts to go out and get as many positions as you can.
It really is. This is the toughest short track to pass at. And it's really because it's only one lane you can run that you can pass in, and that's the bumper lane. So it's going to be interesting to watch as we go on to see if anybody does use that bumper lane.
Definitely is. The yellow flag is out. Charles Eaton and Kevin Rourke involved in that one. As it just looks like there's the 99 Propel Motorsports Kevin O'Rourke catches the 75 of Charles Eaton. Very unfortunate. Yeah. Was he not involved in the last one in a very similar fashion, or was that?
No, that was Marty Roberts and Matt Gaskins. The last one was.
Ton of damage already on that 75. He gets Ghostbuster through him. That's not going to be good for him.
Yeah, even though Kevin Rourke was in that caution, I'd like to shout him out because he was in Bristol all week racing in the Dirt Nationals for a street stock.
That's awesome. Yeah, good job on Kevin Rourke. That's super cool. Kevin Rourke, if you don't know, guys, the Bristol Dirt Nationals going on right now. Tons of people. They may be ending this week. Kyle Larson was out there. I know Joey Logano was out there last year. I don't know if he was able to make it around. It's not too far a trip from Richmond. I think you might be able to turn and burn and do some racing.
Yeah, I mean, it's about a 5-hour drive, so if they have their own private planes, it's like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Kevin O'Rourke got on the private plane and got going, but we'll see if we can get him in. If you want to go to Propel, see if Kevin wants to do a interview from the Infield Care Center. Make sure he's okay. So we got our third caution of the night, 31 laps of 200 down. Brought to you, of course, by Buttkicker, Davis Brothers Roofing, Timeless Designs, sponsors Sunday Night NASCAR. We appreciate the heck out of those guys. Title sponsor, Davis Brothers Roofing, industrial and commercial and residential, which I think commercial and industrial are the same thing, but I digress, folks. Roofing for... So there we go. Let's restart. Davis Brothers Roofing. If you're in the greater Tennessee area and you need some industrial or residential roofing, you can give them a call. We got an ad to get their information out there. We appreciate the heck out of them. Best in the business. I know it's about time to have those roofs looked at for all the winds and the spring storms we're going to get. Take a look. You want to have that number in your back pocket before something happens. And, of course, Buttkicker, talked a little bit about them. Appreciate them coming on as well, doing a lot to support the sport.
It sounds like Kevin Rourke is planning to get back out there, so he declined an interview, but maybe we can get him in here at a later point.
Yeah, definitely. As we have the pace lights off, Alex Murray, for the first time, is going to be starting Oh, yeah, there it goes. It fixed itself. Alex Murray going to be starting on the inside, getting those tires scrubbed down. I know some people don't like that, but iRacing has came out and confirmed by the numbers. Warming up your tires, Joseph, it makes a difference.
It does, and we're about to see them pay off. So here we go. Alex Murray gonna lead him to the green. There he goes. Austin Story gets a great restart. He'll be on the inside of JC Gibson, but RJ Root sends it 3 wide on the outside.
3
These
wide.
guys.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know who had that there.
Oh, I think iRacing is going to score JC Gibson, as there was a caution. Dakota Cave not having the race he wants. Not sure. Oh, the 67. Chad Khalif is where that started. Let's take a look at what happened with the Doritos 67 machine.
Oh, looks like Matt Gaskins might have sent it where there wasn't a hole, and, well, it caused the wreck.
Yeah, that was from the restart. Take a look, folks, and there is going to be some reviews of this restart. You cannot be changing lanes before your time, and that's really going to come in here in mid-pack. These guys are going to have to worry about it. He gets a huge jump.
Yeah, I mean, he just jumped that start and then went where there wasn't a hole.
7 just catching back into that. Let's take a look at RJ Root and his restart, starting on the high line. Austin Story and JC Gibson. Once they cross that line, they're able to do whatever they want. I think you give that, and if that caution doesn't come out, we may see JC Gibson up into the 8.
Yeah, I think they were about to hit.
That could have been a lot worse than it was, folks. But so the way it's scored, it scored it a little bit wonky, folks. The way iRacing scored this, Alex Murray is going to be in first, of course. He's been the whole time. Austin Story in second. So because they passed that, you see those little boxes? Those are the scoring boxes. He was just unable. They're just going to do a full course restart. JC Gibson, RJ Root in fourth, and then Tim Trowbridge has been getting in the wall a lot, but boy, he's hanging in there.
Yeah, he's staying in there. Filling in for Joe Stafford. He's definitely doing pretty good. Joe missed it because his computer actually had some problems, so hopefully he can get back here next week and get a good run.
Definitely. As we got Nolan Hodgson, a shout out for him, and then a shout out for Jack Dell Motorsports. With I want to be sure I got that right. John Dillinger unable to make it, but is Bawalda in here? Nope, Bawalda. John S. Bawalda's not in here. Who we got for Jack Dell? I don't think we got anybody in for Jack Dell, but John, appreciate you watching. If you guys check them out, they race the Tuesday night Truck Series. Sorry, they do some really cool stuff over there at Jack Dell Motorsports. You can check them out on Facebook, YouTube. Cool simulator there, but. Austin Story now going to be on the outside. Alex Murray. So everybody's had a chance to start on the outside of Alex Murray, but nobody able to unseat him there for that restart position.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost reminded me of the way Ryan Blaney led for the first little bit of the Cup race today. But here we go. He's going to lead us to the green. Pace car is off. He is holding, and green flag as JC Gibson gets a good start. Austin Story going to defend the outside from RJ, make him pass on the outside. Or on the inside, sorry.
You are good. As this action is just, there's so much going on. Siva Cornez about midfield in the 84 Hawaiian Punch Machine. Or Andrew Layton, I'm sorry, is in the 84 Hawaiian Punch Machine. Siva Cornez in the unmarked 16. Only mark on that is some paint from the outside wall, it looks like. They're just 2x2 all the way through. Chris Claude having a really good showing so far, up 14th. Battling with Nicholas Breidenbach. Good folks, if you didn't get to watch Coda, you need to check out that replay because it was an absolute banger of a race. Nicholas Breidenbach getting his first top 3 ever in this series at the Sunday Night NASCAR. So kudos to Nick.
Well, I believe he actually finished 3rd in the Indy Road Course last year too.
Maybe he said it was his first top 3, first interview.
Oh, okay.
We'll look back in the records to make sure. But anyways, just a fantastic run by him as he is coming into that car later in the season. Austin Story and RJ Root up front battling it out with Tim Trowbridge and Nolan Hodgson behind him in 6th. The yellow flag is out. This looks like that was Charles Eden. Same issue. This time he holds victim to it. Well, folks, we're going to go ahead and pretty self-explanatory caution there. A lot of people having some issues outside of turn 2. We're going to go ahead and go to an ad break. Support the folks that support this league. We appreciate the heck out of you. Stick around.
Drivers that took time, all of them within 3.5 tenths of each other tonight is going to be a very closely competitive race.
As the field works its way out of the 3-4 complex, the only thing that's left to say is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, because race fans, it's showtime!
Amazing looking cars already. Green flag will fly.
Oh, they're wrecking! Well, one thing that you're going to see at this track that we haven't seen the last few weeks is a surface that's multi-group. I think this is the first multi-group surface we're going to have.
After an amazing race at Daytona, we now come to the left coast and Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the second round of the Way She Goes Racing League Cup Series.
Davis Brothers has been providing homeowners and businesses with exceptional roofing services since 1983. From repairing roofs on small homes to installing new roofs on large commercial retailers, no job is too big or too small. Your home is an important part of your life, and your roof is an essential part of your home. We understand that. Whether you're inspecting, repairing, or replacing your roof, we'll treat your home like it's our very own. Low slope, steep slope, big or small, it doesn't matter, we do them all. And remember, we have the capabilities and the manpower to take on any size job. When it comes to your roof, it's important to be proactive. Choose an experienced roofer you can trust. At Davis Brothers Roofing, we are your experienced roofer. Contact us today for a consultation and let us earn your trust.
As ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at the Davis Brothers 200 here at Richmond. So we had some action down pit road, Joseph.
Yeah, we did, and we actually saw some guys stay out.
Yeah, Tim Trowbridge, one of those that decided to stay out. No tires yet So Tim Trowbridge, Ryan Samuelson, he came in at lap 29, so he's at least got, what do you think, 10 green flag laps, if that, on those tires. But then again, Dave Regal really rolling the dice in the 21. He as well has not came in yet. So Chad Sanner, and then from there on out, everybody came down pit road.
Yeah, and Trowbridge should be interesting to watch. Staying out with Ryan Samuelson, Dave Regal, Chad Sanner. Do you think there's gonna be chaos on this restart?
I don't know. He has the advantage because it's his jump. He can go. SNN does not have a restart zone per se. As long as the pace car has exited the racing surface, he can really go whenever he wants to. So he's gonna have the right of way. But look at Dave Regal, co-worker here at Esports Broadcasting Networks and Racing Media. That's who we're watching. It's a slow start. RJ Root gets a huge jump, but nowhere to go with it as Alex Murray, the teammate ahead. Dave Regal immediately gets lost in the sauce as he's just going to try and keep that thing pointed in the right direction, hoping for a caution behind him.
Oh, contact between Austin Story and Dalton Mobley there. Oh, and Austin sideways. He's in the wall, spinning.
Hard contact into the wall. No caution yet, though. Race control not throwing that as they're 3 wide. Austin went from about 6th to 23rd there in the 23. Dr. Pepper above him. Tom McGee. A lot of folks trying to mix things up as those pits, the times were very different between them. So a lot of mix-up of skill that wasn't there before. Up front, Ryan Samuelson. Tim Trowbridge not giving it up easy, though. He is in 2nd place where he started. But Alex Murray and Field Filler Racing just going to run a train down there at the bottom to try and get past the 74, but nothing doing so far.
Yeah, Tim Trowbridge really staying strong on the outside, but it's... Well, I was about to say it's finally about to change, but Tim's just really able to roll that top better than these guys are able to run the bottom. And finally, Ryan Samuelson is clear. Now Alex Murray's going to go to the inside of Ryan, and Ryan goes wide. They could be 3 wide out of this corner. Not quite. But, man, such good racing up front. And don't look now, but RJ Root starting to come back through the field.
Big wreck. Cody Strom involved in this one. Also,
Let's see what...
I feel like I'm hearing JC Gibson over the radio. Don't know if he was involved in that one. Oh, the 47. Tom McGee just did not have it.
Looking at it, it looks like Tom McGee might not have been at fault there. It looked like Cody Strom might have came down a little bit off the wall.
Yeah, to me, I don't know. That we're gonna leave that up to race control, but I'm not saying you're wrong. You've got a lot more experience with these things than I do, but Tom over the radio came through and said, "Hey, yeah, like, that's on me. I'm sorry," but yeah, very, very close there. But I think the 47 might have just not realized how close he was on the 43. Luckily, both of them able to keep it out of the wall for the most part. What a save by Cody Strom. Let's highlight that save. Going to the cockpit there. As at Richmond, you definitely don't want to be in this position right here where you can see every car having to avoid you there, and able to Tokyo drift it back around with little to no issue, but he's definitely going to want to come in for tires, don't you think, Joseph?
Yeah, he's going to have to come down pit road for tires. But it's going to be interesting to see if he can get that damage fixed, because he was having a good run for himself.
Yeah, so a very, very unfortunate incident there. Luckily, we're not with these. I'm always, I say it week in, week out, folks. I'm amazed at the way that these cars are able to wreck. if you get turned, they stay with the downforce because of the big wings they got, because of the rear diffuser. They're able to just stay low and stay out of trouble. Whereas I think in a Gen 6, you're not going to be as predictable in that spin. You're gonna probably catch the inside wall.
Yeah, it's definitely predictable once you're spinning, but before it spins, it's
which is the important bit.
It's hard to know what's gonna happen because you're good, then it just snaps. So I know that's not what happened there, but we might see that as the race goes on.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, there's plenty of time. 6th caution of the night, though, folks. At 58 of 200. Go get yourself an adult beverage if you can partake. If not, go get you a soda, some water. It might be late for you folks. Strap in, folks, because it's going to be quite a wild ride. And it might be all between field filler racing based on the top 3. That setup's locked in, but Nolan Hodgson's not too far behind in that a UDTV 54. What's he got on there?
He has JCTV racing on, or not JCTV racing, JCTV on that car.
And that Toyota's looking real slick. I like that yellow mark there. But the pace lights are off on that Ford Fusion, if you would call it that. I'm not even sure what iRacing has come out and said. It looks like almost like a Holden.
I think it's a Mustang.
What?
I
The
thought.
pace car?
I was thinking of the other pace car. There's 2 pace cars. That's actually more of a Tesla, I believe.
The virtual Tesla. I don't know, folks. Let us know in the comments what you think that is. As Ryan Samuelson's going to get his turn on the restart of the field filler, folks. Gets a huge jump, but Alex Murray able to use his knowledge that he's gained from restarts to get back up there as he's going to stay on the outside, but Raymond Root going to come around. Looking at a midfield pack race for the first time. Chad Sander going to be working his way around in the middle of the field. We're just going to let y'all watch for a second, folks. Turn it up. All right, folks, I know you were lost without us there, but we saw RJ Root get it sideways. Let's take a quick look at that. Find it. One moment there. Yeah, RJ Root going off track. Battling with the 40 of Alex Murray. Just gets that wrong, able to save it. And then Ryan Samuelson doing the same thing here. Kind of on his own, gets a little bit loose. Ooh, checks up to 77, but he's going to get out of it. No harm, no foul there. I will pull up Ryan Stamos. Let's get him in here from Field Filler if we can. But so far, Alex Murray, the only one able to get keep it up there. So do we have Ryan? So Ryan, are we calling it a race? Do you have me, Ryan? It's James in the booth. Well, it seems like Ryan Samuelson's still getting evaluated. We'll go ahead and send him back to the team at Filler Racing. Joseph, I mean, how often have we seen it? That setup they had, you know, they all run similar setups. They all work off each other. It was fast, but with speed comes that instability.
I mean, to your point, yeah.
So I'm dumb and I had the Discord muted. Was he talking?
No, he wasn't.
Oh, okay, good deal. But anyways, back to that. With speed comes that looseness at tracks like this. Do you think that contributed there?
Yeah, I think so. Honestly, it just seems like their setup is really not the greatest out of the corner. We saw Josh Ward, who's not technically on their team, but who works on setups with them every week. On the first lap, he got sideways, and then on the third lap, RJ got sideways, and then just now we saw RJ and Ryan get sideways. So, only one we haven't really seen get loose out of their stable is Alex Murray.
Yeah, definitely fans of Alex Murray in the chat, fans of Nolan Hodgkinson, we got a Jason Gibson fan. I'm a fan of Kavaja Holt. He's up 24 spots.
Yeah, I mean, he's having a good run here today. Definitely one of his best runs of the season. He's usually up there at the short tracks. I think I remember last season this was his best run.
Yeah, definitely. And if you could do it here, that's the place you want to do it. This is where the real skill comes in for these guys. You can get a good setup. A lot of it is getting a good setup. But if you have the skill to turn into your now, these guys are turning about 22-second laps. As we did have a caution there, I did kind of miss. Let's take a look at that. Dave Regal involved.
Unfortunate for him, one of our colleagues over at SRM.
We got started in front of him.
Oh.
Does not make a turn. Oh, big contact for the 93 of William Fink as he came in on the back end of that. Not really much he could have done there.
Let's watch the in-car of him. It seems like he accelerated there and thought he could get by.
Yeah, I don't know what you do there because, I mean, I think I'm making that move too. He sees what's happening. You kind of expect it. This isn't a self-cleaning track, but you kind of hope that car is going to go low. But, I mean, what you give it, then it taketh away. This car is so glued to the track there that it doesn't do the same things it used to. One of those split-second decisions, which I don't think there's anywhere he could have gone there. He couldn't have got it slowed down that quickly in the turn without going straight where he was going anyways. But unfortunate for William there.
And I'd like to shout out JC Gibson. He's having a great race today.
Yeah, the 27 Propel Motorsports. He's got a lot of weight on his shoulders there. You know, the patriarch, I guess you can call it, even though I believe he's on the younger side. Joe Stafford unable to make it to the race today. So still got to get that Propel paint job up there somehow. JC doing a really good job of it in that Toyota.
Yeah, I mean he's really doing a great job up there. We call Joe Short Track Joe, and maybe we need to start calling JC Short Track JC.
Yeah, for sure. So he's going to get one of many to get the opportunity to start on the outside of Alex Murray here. As seeing how well he's been able to hold this thing down. If I see him doing that wiggle, I'm surprised there aren't 34 other cars on the track doing the Alex Murray wiggle there down the backstretch.
Yeah, I mean we'll just have to see if people start picking up on that. But it looks like he's holding there. JC Gibson spins his tires. RJ Root's going to be on the outside of him and to turn one already.
Yeah, doing a really good job there, RJ, of trying to stay aware, not get up into JC Gibson. Luckily, JC not losing too many spots here. Bob Nestor, this is a battle I want to look at here. Those Monday night Xfinity races here, if you're interested in doing that. Going to be trying to look at Nicholas Breidenbach as mid-pack here. Randy Spivey in the Mission 22 machine. Getting past on the inside. So what a disparity of paint jobs. Mission 22 machine has the Care Bears 47 right behind them. That's what I love about this. Everyone's able to come out here and rep whatever they feel strongly about. We just cannot get all the action.
No, this track is just too small to catch all the action, and if we think this track has a lot of action, I can't wait for next week when we have it at Martinsville.
Yeah, we got the 3 short track lineup. Yeah, of course, Richmond 0.7. We're going to Martinsville, which is what, 0.4, 0.5?
I think it's exactly 0.5 miles. Martinsville is.
Then we head to your neck of the woods, Bristol Dirt. I have that circled on my calendar. I'm excited about that the next week. So these drivers have a lot coming at them. You know, they have to spend a lot of time in the sim doing some practice here. So we're starting to see everybody kind of line out. Austin Story trying to make his way back up through the pack, passing Jeff O'Rourke. Chris Blott trying to stick around.
Ooh, Jeff O'Rourke just got in the wall. Don't know what happened there, but he'll get it back going, and then he'll get loose once again. Then we got another car loose on the backstretch. Man, we're just having everybody get loose back here.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit of tire wear. It's starting to see a lot of fall off on the tires from their best times to worst. About a second here. Everybody last came in lap 45. And, you know, people say, oh, those aren't green flag laps. And a lot of these laps when these cars are put down or on in caution. But heat cycles are a thing, folks. If you get out here and you get these tires warmed up, ready to rock, and then you have to cool them back down again, that really unsettles those tires and makes them do some really weird things. So you gotta be careful and be sure you get those tires warmed up properly, like we're seeing Alex Murray do. Every precaution we have. As Theo Bonacasa in the 77 are working on Dalton Mobley. He's up 21 positions so far. The only other one even close to that is Alex Princeton, and then the top dog as far as hard chargers is Baja, doing a pretty good job in the 00, up 23 spots there. Folks, again, be sure and shout us out. It's all the top 5 from Nolan Hodgson. He's always in the top 5. This kid's good. He's good. He's worth watching. 100% Cup Series. I appreciate the heck out of y'all for really, really good things. Josh Ward, secret to his. Ooh, giving out secrets over there. No, thank you. Come on, man. But let's go 22. Let's go Murray. Go Nolan. Just some favorites up here in the top 5.
Whoa, I do see where people are starting to maybe give out Josh Ward's secrets. Looks like we got a caution though.
We were
And-
watching that live. Vaja and Nolan getting into it.
So Nolan was on the bottom, and then Kavaja, I don't know.
So yeah, that was the old double touch there. Looks like Nolan was he gave Kavaja a little bump and loosened him up. I think if that would have stopped there, Kavaja's got a real good chance of straightening that out, and they're good to go. But then the 74 Tim Trowbridge doesn't know what's going on, gives him the extra bump that sends the 00 all the way around. Broadcaster's curse at its worst, folks. We apologize for Nolan getting involved in that as the 53 tries to get it rolling back around. Then in the back there, something happened. Like they get it woed down there, but unfortunate for Nolan. No fast repairs here. This is your realistic place for NASCAR, Sunday night NASCAR. So he's going to have to get the crew working on that, get the Sawzall out, and have something happen there as Dave Regal's going to get his lap back as the lucky dog.
Well, while we're under yellow, you think we should bring in our race leader?
Yeah, let's go ahead. We don't have stages, so let's bring in Alex Murray here for a second.
There we go. James, take it away.
Alex leading it from right here. If we had stages, you'd have it leading about just about every lap. What's the secret up there?
The work that we put in here at Sim Racing Edge. I mean, RJ, Ryan Samuelson, everybody at Edge, we work really hard on this stuff and found something this week that's been working, and hopefully we can do the same next week.
Yeah, are you and RJ and Ryan talking in the chat? I mean, I know they've had some trouble. Sometimes with speed, you got to be loose, and they're having some trouble gathering it up. Are you giving them tips, trying to get them to adjust the car?
I mean, RJ just he found that he's got to push the car to not get loose for whatever reason. I don't know. That's just his driving style, I guess. Ryan got wrecked, so he's out of it. Charles got wrecked as well, so just me and RJ now. But I think we'll be good. I think the strategy that we're working off of is going to play out well. So we'll see what happens.
Definitely. Well, Alex, hopefully we're talking to you at the end of the race as well. In good spirits, going for the 2 for 2 in a row. I'm not going to jinx it, but I guess I already did, man. Good luck.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
That was our race leader, Alex Murray. So, I mean, you heard it. These guys put in work every week, and it's definitely showing.
Yeah, definitely. Getting these setup shops and the shout-outs they deserve. The Edge setup, Edge Racing. Those guys are doing a really good job. Here at Sim Racing Media, we have partnered with Jones Racing Setups to get you guys all the setups you need. Smaller group of guys, just like the Edge guys, but if you're looking for some good setups, they got a lot of free stuff they put out, as well as just an awesome community that's what we signed. Head on over to jonesracingsetups.com as Alex Murray will be working next to JC Gibson. JC tries to jump it, doesn't get it. He's going to get some tire spin going on. Outside lane's going to check up big. Look to see that all throughout the field as they are just now getting into turn 1. Halfway through there, folks. Oh, 84.
Get behind.
Big wreck there. Parking lot on the backstretch. The 84 of Andrew Layton.
Oh, looks like he might have just came down on the 16, and then a big pileup behind. Bob Nestor, Chris Claude, and more.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kavaja Holt involved in that one as well. Take a look here. 'Cause that was just a rough restart, and he tried to come down and get some speed, but unfortunately, Seba Cornez was down there. Cavaja Holt coming in last. Robert Nestor. That's just a hard part to try and slow it down right there.
Yeah, I mean, just hard to slow it down. But while we were looking at that, it looks like we got a mixed bag of hitters. We got JC Gibson, RJ Root, Cody Strom, I believe, Dakota Cave, Alex Princeton. All these guys pitted. But Alex Murray stayed out. Tim Trowbridge stayed out. Dalton Mobley stayed out. So a lot of these guys stayed out, but a lot of these guys pitted.
Yeah, that's a good call there. But yeah, 45 laps for Alex Murray. He's shown that he's fast. Tim Trowbridge has already been in this position. He's had to hold off some fresh tires before. Everybody else looks like they pitted very recently. Dalton Mobley, lap 71. Nicholas Breidenbach, though, he's on the same tires that Alex Murray has. Hopefully he can make something happen. There was 87. Seba Cornez came in 87. Josh Ward, Randy Spivey, Marty Roberts, Chris Claude on some old tires. I wouldn't be surprised to see him come around this time. But then Cavaja Holt and fresh tires from there on down. RJ Root leading the fresh tires around. So we'll see. I mean, with as loose as this setup is and this track has been, I think with fresh tires, you run just about the same risk for a couple laps, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, you got a big risk on those new tires, but you also have a big reward.
If you get a green flag run. Seems to be a big if here tonight. As folks, we do appreciate everybody watching the Davis Brothers Roofing 200 here at Richmond, brought to you by, of course, Davis Brothers Roofing, Buttkicker, Timeless Designs, all those folks. Would appreciate, give us a like, give us that helps get the algorithm out in front of more viewers. Let us know who you're here to see. Hey, if you're just rolling in from the door, I'd like to know that as well. That's pretty cool. But like that stream over on YouTube, Facebook, help us out, because you are watching live racing, folks. Some people don't understand. These guys are in the sim right now, racing these cars around. So shout out to the drivers getting out there and what can be a frustrating race. I mean, just watch these guys and how racing is going kind of mid-pack. They're door to door pretty much the whole time, Joseph.
Yeah, I mean, they have been, and it's definitely going to be a great battle, and we're about to go green.
Yeah, Alex Murray about to do the Alex Murray restart there that he's gotten so good at. He's done it about, let's see here, about 8 times. I think one of them wasn't him. Let's just listen. So there you go, folks. Just listening, I don't think he's catching another gear. He's got that geared up pretty well. That's something new with these next gens, Joseph, is the sequential gearbox. Can you tell me this is the first time we're seeing it at a short track? How big a difference is that going to make?
Well, it depends on your gear ratio, honestly. If you have it geared to where... Oh, there's a spinner, Jeff Carson, but as I was saying... these guys, if they gear it right, they can keep it in 4th, but with some gears, you have to shift into 5th and the straight down the front straightaway, then shift it back into 4th into the corner.
Yeah, as we saw all sorts of things happening. Is the Liberty University machine trying to combat with Tim. Very unfortunate. He's going to fall back. As Tim Chalbers is really holding down those tires, letting them work. Nicholas Breidenbach finding something as well. He last came in lap 45. The only one he's really contending with is RJ Root. As it seems throughout the field, these battles are really hurting these mid-pack guys. They're unable to get where they need to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so hard to pass here. We actually got 3 wide action as we're watching it, and Seba's sideways out of the corner. JC's gonna look low, can't quite make a move, but he's under him now.
Oh, a little bit of aero push, getting to that left rear, putting that dirty air on the spoiler to try and get him a little loose. Looks like it works. Seba overdrives turn 2. Behind him, Dalton Mobley. We saw him up front, getting into the Mission 22 machine. 22 in the wall, gonna have to hold him up. Hopefully everybody can see kind of what's happening there. Gonna try and get it going. Very unfortunate for Randy Spivey. Take a look. That was the 77. We watched him. Dalton Mobley, we watched him get loose. Just comes down right in the wrong spot on the 22. Behind him, Chris Claude. The 99 machine gets into him a little bit. Kevin Rourke. And then Brian Tarnowski almost locks them. It does lock them up, but nowhere to go there. Got to have your head on a swivel, Joseph. And speaking of, we're going to go ahead to another ad break. Stick around. Support the folks that support the league.
Davis Brothers has been providing homeowners and businesses with exceptional roofing services since 1983. From repairing roofs on small homes to installing new roofs on large commercial retailers, no job is too big or too small. Your home is an important part of your life, and your roof is an essential part of your home. We understand that. Whether you're inspecting, repairing, or replacing a roof, we'll treat your home like it's our very own. Low slope, steep slope, big or small, it doesn't matter, we do them all. And remember, we have the capabilities and the manpower to take on any size job. When it comes to your roof, it's important to be proactive. Choose an experienced roofer you can trust. At Davis Brothers Roofing, we are your experienced roofer. Contact us today for a consultation and let us earn your trust.
With the Buttkicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Buttkicker, the future is feeling.
You know that guy? The one who, just minutes before the green flag, keys up his mic and asks, "Anybody got a setup?" Well, this is him. This is Adam. And Adam needs some help. This, on the other hand, is Steve. Steve is a solid racer, and he knows his way around the garage. Steve's problem is time. With a job and a family, he can't find enough time to build competitive setups and to race as often as he likes. But Steve knows a secret. Steve lets our crew chiefs do the setup work so he can focus on the racing. At majorsgarage.com, Steve can get setups for over 50 cars on the iRacing service, so no matter what series he wants to jump into, he is covered. Somebody really should tell Adam.
All right, folks. Green flag. Alex Murray getting off to a huge jump on the teammate RJ Root. JC Gibson and Siva Cornez, Chad Sander round out the top 5. So Austin Story has made his way back up.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he had that damage early, but he pitted for tires, I believe, 2 cautions ago, and he's moved to 5th, and he's about to overtake for 4th if he can get up to Seba, who did not pit that time.
Yeah, now we're going to see it, folks. If he can get those tires warmed up, we're going to see a lot of movement, especially Dakota Cave, who's, crashing in the back. Tim Trowbridge is there. Robert Nestor not involved. Tim Trowbridge and Andrew Layton still have not gotten it back going. There they go. As the leaders are coming around, Alex Murray is going to have to contend with some lap traffic for the first time in the race.
Yeah, and while we were talking about that, Austin got by Seba. Now he sets his sight on JC Gibson, so this could be a 4-car battle for the lead.
So there we go. Lap traffic coming in just when Alex Murray was hoping to be able to check out on those old tires. Not so much. He's going to have to move around the track, get off his preferred line, at least for a little bit, as Tim Trowbridge decides to take that thing down pit road. RJ Root behind him. Let's go ahead and take a look at mid-pack, a little bit farther back. The 54 of Nolan Hodgkinson. He's a fan favorite, so we're going to cover him. He's a lap down, but currently in 26, trying to make some moves. They've got that car worked on. It's not looking too bad as it's trying to get the lucky dog position. Unfortunately, I think he's 2 laps back, so he's going to get there. Then another one that was asked about. They're pretty much all up front. Alex Murray, RJ Root. Another one was, I believe, JC Gibson, the Propel Motorsports. Top 3 running to about astern here, coming to lap 116.
In this battle for the lead, you could throw a blanket over these 3. And JC Gibson looking to make a pass on the outside of RJ Root. Can't quite get it done. Now RJ Root looking to make a pass on the inside of Alex Murray.
Yeah, I think RJ was trying to be polite there with the teammate, but I think he went over the radio and said, look, I can't be polite for so long. I got Austin Story and JC Gibson, a couple of Toyotas breathing down my neck. You're going to have to give me the space, as this is the first time we've seen Alex Murray falter on old tires. He's got about 50 lap older tires than everybody else as Tom McGee and Siva Cornez get into it. Oh, Chad Sander. Then something happened. All right, so Chad Sander, Tom McGee. Let's take a look at Siva Cornez.
Wow. That was just... Not sure what happened there. But I was watching Josh Ward almost get destroyed in that wreck, but somehow managed to miss it.
Yeah, it happened right in front of him. The 59 Siva Cornez. Looks like Siva might have came down on. But Josh Ward able to part the seas there. This blurs the line between luck and skill right there. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, they are working for you here. We're going to throw up the tower. Go ahead and catch your driver. Alex Murray going to come down pit road. He's going to win that battle pretty single-handedly. Dakota Cave, Randy Spivey, Tom McGee, Cody Strum, Marty Roberts, Zeba, of course, having to come in for some damage. The one thing I'm seeing here, though, that's pretty important to note on Alex Murray in his two-stop race so far, he's saving tires. He's got tire sets.
Yeah, he is, and I mean, that could pay off later in the race, and we'll just have to watch as this goes on. If that strategy pays off, or we've seen the chaos in the back, will something happen there?
Yeah, definitely. That is a strong machine around some drivers that it's usually not used to being around. And how hard do you push, right? I mean, track position has been absolutely crucial, so he's going to have to come in and really get moving around here. We haven't talked about our biggest movers in a while. Let's look. Alex Princeton from Lake Elmo, Minnesota. He's up 25 positions so far. Having a really good run right there, Kavacha Holt. Oh, Leo Bonacasa, I'm sorry, is the hardest charger in the 45 machine. He's up 26 positions. So again, folks, be sure to shout out Austin Story, big money. We've talked about Austin a while tonight. Doing a really good job there in third after coming back from getting caught up in an incident.
You just saw on Austin's description that it said TJ Majors sucks. I wonder what that's about.
Not sure. I don't know who TJ Majors is, unfortunately. It sounds very familiar. You're not a reporter?
I believe he's Joey or Brad Keselowski's spotter. He used to be Dale Jr.'s.
Okay. Well, RJ Root's going to get an opportunity to get a start here under his belt. Hopefully learn something from the teammate. JC Gibson, though, he's been on the outside of a start plenty of times. Got to time it just right. I mean, you cannot beat... You can beat the leader to the line, but you can't start before the leader this season. I don't know if Sunday Night NASCAR has adopted that rule from NASCAR, but you got to be careful on your restarts. RJ gets a huge jump. JC Gibson able to stick by, but Austin Story able to have the advantage of seeing that restart happen. He's going to get to the inside. Back behind him, Kavacha Holt, Josh Ward, Jeff O'Rourke in second or seventh. Nicholas Bryden back there in 8th and 9th and 10th.
Looks like that was Jeff O'Rourke. Not sure what happened to him.
I said his name. That's what happened.
You just seem to curse everybody tonight.
You know, with as many cautions as we've had, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. So I say just about everybody's name, or I try to. So sooner or later, folks, your name's going to come up. That looks like it was Nicholas Breidenbach doing a little bit of overdriving into the corner. And catching Jeff just in the wrong spot as he threw it in there just a little bit too hard. Unfortunately, not much he could have done after that. As that was lucky for Alex Murray, able to avoid anything. He's now back up into the top 10, just outside the top 5. As the rest of these folks decide to come down pit road. this, folks. I'm going to talk to you guys for a second. 12th caution of the night. Who do we got? We got Duke, or not Duke, North Carolina or Kansas? Joseph, I know who you got.
Well, I'm just going to say I'm wearing my UNC jersey right now. And I wore it yesterday during the game. And I haven't taken it off since. And I don't plan on taking it off tomorrow.
There you go. Duke with the upset. Coach K losing his last game of the season, of his career, theoretically. Unless he's going to Tom Brady it and come back as a vampire to race, to coach next season. Like it. Congratulations to UNC. I know as an Arkansas fan, I had high hopes, then dashed them. But I like Kansas. I like the Jayhawks. Folks in the chat, let us know who you got. If you didn't know, there's a little bit of a basketball tournament going on right now. Just a little regional thing. Isn't that right, Joseph?
Looks like we're about to go green maybe next time by. So should be an interesting race to the finish. We got 70 laps to go.
Yeah, Nicholas Breidenbach actually going to get the nod up at 105. Dalton Mobley, Dave Regal, he's coming back from an incident. Chris Claude. Randy Spivey, fifth in the Mission 22 machine. Alex Murray, back up to sixth. Brian Tarnowski, he was involved in some stuff earlier in the 5 machine in that racing for Station 5.
Nick Breidenbach gonna lead him to the green here as we are about to go, and he goes off really early. Nobody is able to keep up with him. That'll give him about a 2/10 lead to the car behind. But Dalton Mobley locks up his tires. He overshoots the corner. Now Alex Murray is on looking to the inside of Dalton Mobley. Couldn't quite do it yet.
Yeah, nothing doing yet, as these guys are going to battle it out. We're going to take a look mid-pack. We haven't really given these guys the credit they deserve on the restart. Take a look at this gaggle and how these drivers are having to battle in 7th through 10th position.
Oh, Dalton Rex in front of Seba. Seba's around. Tons of cars piling in. What just happened? Cavaggio was in it.
Ooh. Dalton Mobley, RJ Root involved. 00. Hate to see that for him. Nolan Hodgson, who had just got back on the lead lap. Very unfortunate. Who did that start with, did we decide?
I think I saw it was Seba. Or no, Dalton Mobley. Dalton Mobley.
Alright, let's take a look. See if we can find the Mobley machine. Here it is. See the caution there. Like on his own, he got around and just... These guys cannot get slowed down.
RJ Root was close to getting in there. I don't know, but looks like he might have got a little bit of front end damage.
Yeah, I think in the replay we saw RJ a little bit in there. So, oh, yep, the 77. He saw that he was going to have an opportunity, gets loose just behind there, and then I believe RJ may have gotten a touch. You're right.
Yeah, he got a little bit of right or left front damage and right rear damage. So, well, that just shook up the race a little bit, at least for second, because Alex Murray has been by far the best car.
Yeah, and he's been lucky. Oh, I hope he's not having any connectivity issues. I think I've talked to him before, and he says under caution, that's when it happens. So, folks, 13th caution of the night. I'm going to go to a quick ad break. Let us get another adult beverage, and you should probably do the same.
You know that guy? The one who, just minutes before the green flag, keys up his mic and asks, "Anybody got a setup?" Well, this is him. This is Adam. And Adam needs some help. This, on the other hand, is Steve. Steve is a solid racer, and he knows his way around the garage. Steve's problem is time. With a job and a family, he can't find enough time to build competitive setups and to race as often as he likes. But Steve knows a secret. Steve lets our crew chiefs do the setup work so he can focus on the racing. At majorsgarage.com, Steve can get setups for over 50 cars on the iRacing service, so no matter what series he wants to jump into, he is covered. Somebody really should tell Adam.
There you go, folks. Heard from Majors Garage, another sponsor here. Appreciate them. You can get some free setups from them, as well as some training and coaching. Here at SRM, we like Jones Racing setups, but you know, pick your poison. If you got a setup shop you like, pick them. But we really enjoy Jones Setup Shop. Is Nicholas Breidenbach going to take that GM Motors machine and get a good jump on Alex Murray? He's going to have to jump up and get a block up there, Joseph, don't you think?
Yeah, and they're side by side. Alex Murray overruns the corner a little bit, but that's going to set him up for exit. Can he get it up under him? He can.
And they're wrecking.
That's a wreck in the back of the pack.
Seba Cornez, again, involved in that.
Oh, we had a Seba flip. I think that was Seba. No, that was Dave Regal.
Oh, that happened way after everything. That was two separate incidents. So two separate incidents right after the green flag. Folks just not calming down and then trying to get in a groove. Lap 140 of 200. That's going to put Dave a little bit farther back. That may actually end his race. He's one of about 10, Joseph. Jarrett Phillips, the first one to call tonight. I believe he's actually... Let me get the laps. Let's see. Bear with me, folks. There we go. Warren Young, he got involved in something in lap 4. Charles Eaton called it a race at lap 42. Ryan Samuelson involved in an incident. Lap 63. Looked like a lot of folks having issues here, folks. William Fink out of it, lap 71. Jeff Carson. left at lap 101. Tim Trowbridge, very unfortunate for him. He was doing a good job, but unfortunately unable to do anything there. 112. Andrew Layton, last lap 118. Kevin Roke is still out there trying to turn some laps to get some points on some folks like Chad Sanner, who was at 122. Bob Nestor, lap 124. Chad Khalif, lap 127. Dalton Mobley, lap 131. Ken Ron, lap 131. And Dave Regal is going to be the newest addition to the junkyard. Joseph, I mean, what do we talk about here about these cars and the 15 of them that have hit the graveyard?
Well, I mean, they put in some good laps and good practice laps all weeks. It's unfortunate for them, but hey, you still get points for where you finish. Next week we're at Martinsville. There, it's really about just taking your time, being calm, give and take, more give than take, and practice makes perfect. Practice, practice, practice.
Definitely. Speaking of, Nicholas Breidenbach going to be leading him around one more time. Alex Murray's going to have to work a little bit harder. He just needs enough time to make a pass here. We're not even 75% through with this race so far. Alex getting the tires warmed up on the outside. It's gonna clean up though, Joseph. I think once we're down to about 20 or 15 cars on the track, hopefully it'll clean up. As Nicholas gonna hold him up just a little bit, try and get that 40 to slow down, and there he goes. He's got field filler in the rearview mirror. Alex Murray, Raymond Root. Let's keep an eye mid-pack and see who's gonna cause it here, as JC Gibson is going to find his way, as he's had some speed before. Around the 45 of Leo Bonacasa.
Yeah, I mean, just great racing in the midfield. Tom McGee coming down pit road here, probably for a black flag or something. JC Gibson working his way back through the field after pitting. Austin Story is on the outside of, I believe, Randy Spivey. We got somebody loose on the bottom. That might be RJ once again. It was.
Luckily gets it gathered up. Going to pull in front of the 5 of Brian Tarnowski, who is coming back from a lot of adversity himself. Chris Claude, another driver who's doing really well here as we approach the 75% mark. Up front, Nicholas Breidenbach and Alex Murray, they're battling, but I don't know how hard does Alex Murray want to push here. He knows he has a fast car. He's got to complete the passes. He's working on a new line, it looks like. I don't think he's overshooting the corners. I think he's trying to work on that high line and see if he can get a run, because we haven't had to see it, but it is hard to pass here at Richmond.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting to watch him run that different line, but we got 3 wide towards the back with Chris Claude, Cody Strom, RJ Root. They get that all sorted out. Now Austin Story and JC Gibson looking to get by both Cody Strom and Chris Claude. But as we're talking, the sun's starting to go down, and Nick Breidenbach is getting passed for the lead.
Yeah, sun's going down. Why is that important, Joseph?
It'll give these cars a little more grip, and it won't break as loose. So the cars that were tight are going to get tighter. The cars that were loose are going to get a little more perfect.
Yeah, that's good news for RJ Root, as that has been a little bit too much to handle for him. Luckily, he's going to be able to get those cooled down. JC Gibson, Austin Story, I mean, hopefully you lasted this long if you had a loose setup.
RJ just spun it!
Oh, huge class on avoidance there, but I believe that was Alex Princeton. Yeah, take a look at this by the Miller Lite machine as RJ gets loose in front of him.
Wow, that was close.
Just a flick of the wrist, and just like that, got another car coming off there. And look at who we got in the 54 machine back up into the top 10. That's Nolan Hodgson in the 54 machine, getting back up there, doing battle, but Alex Murray's trying to check out. He doesn't want nothing to do with this stuff in the back. He's got about a second gap on Nicholas Breidenbach, and then Austin Story about 2 seconds back from him. RJ Root, did he go a lap down?
Yeah, he did.
Now RJ Root in the exact same spot he was track position-wise, but only difference there being he's now a lap down. Going to try and stay as close he can to the Lucky Dog machine. Mid-pack, here's a little battle for you.
Something that's interesting to note, this is the longest run we've had this today. And we're starting to see the field spread out a little bit, and we're seeing the cream rise to the top. Alex Murray, Nick Breidenbach, who's second in points. J.C. Gibson in fourth. Austin Story third. Randy Spivey fifth. Alex Princeton sixth. Chris Claude seventh, and Josh Ward eighth.
Definitely is, folks. Again, guys, we are giving you this awesome racing action. We love to do it. Let us know who you're watching. I know we got a lot of Alex Murray fans, a lot of Nolan Hodgson fans. J.C. Gibson repping Propel always has some fans out here. Young Money, a.k.a. Austin Story. In the 23XI Dr. Pepper machine. Let us know who you got, folks, as well as go ahead and tap that like button. It definitely helps us out. We appreciate it. And of course, we do also appreciate the Davis Brothers Roofing folks in the Tennessee area. That if you're there and you need yourself a residential or commercial roof, go ahead and give them a call. The link is in the description. Majors Garage, Jones Racing Setup Shops, Buttkicker, Timeless Designs. Guys, a lot of people support this league, and you can see why. As now that everybody, what did I say? Once we had about 20 cars left on the track, this thing is gonna liven up, and that's what we're seeing here. Alex Murray, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's about to have to contest with some lap traffic.
Yeah, he is, and that's going to be interesting to see, but we're about to have a battle for second between Nick Breidenbach and Austin Story.
Yeah, Nicholas kind of took the gamble and did not expect this long a run. He's got the oldest tires on the track. Came in at lap 105. Really been holding it down. He's got to be playing defensive here, though, because if he opens it up for RJ Root, we're going to see the 23 machine get by as well. RJ, a lap car. Not driving like one, though. He doesn't have the car. He shouldn't be a lap down, just unfortunately got loose. I expect that car to get a lot faster, though, if he didn't hit the wall.
Yeah, I think he's just really struggled with this track this week. It is his hometown track, so that's unfortunate for him. So look for him to rebound next week at Martinsville. I know he loves that track.
I mean, you know, we're putting the dirt on the coffin, but RJ's in the lucky dog position. And the way we've seen these folks race, right now everyone's kind of spread out. J.C. Gibson battling Nicholas Breidenbach for third. That's the biggest battle.
Contact between the teammates.
A little bit of a door check there. I think J.C. got a little loose.
Yeah, I mean, not sure what happened there, but if you're looking at the lap times, Alex Murray and Austin Story are matching times. So I think it's getting close to where maybe Austin has the long run car, but Alex Murray just ran a 23.5. Austin Story ran a 23-second lap.
Yeah, if that pace keeps up, he's going to catch him in about 4 laps. He does have fresher tires. 6-lap fresher tires with Austin Story. Alex Murray, though, he might be trying to conserve a little bit, working past some lap traffic. that may have been a factor as well, as we're going to see this next lap time and once it comes in here.
Well, I mean, not quite the same pace that Austin was running, but he's still about 2 to 3 tenths faster each lap.
Oh, it was the lap car. We cut him off a little bit. Luckily, not too much doing.
And Austin was struggling loose in practice. And now that the sun has come down, look what's happening. He's starting to reel in the leader.
As well as JC Gibson. JC Gibson just put a 23.2 down. He is kind of gaining on these folks as well. I mean, all the way down, actually. I think Alex Murray had the worst lap in the top 5. Almost in the top 10. I wonder what's going on with that one machine. He might be on a conservation strategy, to be honest with you, because there's no way he's running that slow consistently, and especially if he's got the teammate now, RJ Root, in the rearview mirror trying to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. Very interesting development here.
It really is. Alex Murray was dominant during the part of the race that was really short run, but now that we're getting a long run, Austin Story, and JC Gibson are maybe the best cars on track.
Yeah, definitely, and I mean, all the way down, there's a couple of good drivers. Nicholas Breidenbach, he's going to have to bring it down pit road at some time. He came in lap 105. I don't think he has an opportunity to make it. But these other guys that went 75 laps, they've got a chance. They've got a chance to make it. I mean, if not, they may be 100% in the green on fuel, you think?
Yeah, I think everybody's good on fuel, but Alex Murray just got passed by RJ Root, and now the gap is 4 tenths between the two leaders.
Yes, this is quite the battle. The 24 and the 19 of Alex Princeton. The 19 getting held up. He's finally tired of it. He's going to use the chrome horn to get Nicholas out of the way, but Nick's not giving up easy. He's going to hold him on that inside line, doing everything he can to keep that 4th position. But the new tire is going to win out, as Alex Murray is in a ton of lap traffic. Oh, he's pinched almost up into the wall. Austin Story only got one of them in between. RJ Root is racing Alex Murray like he's racing for his race, which, I mean, he pretty much is trying to get that lap back. That's going to open the door for JC Gibson and Austin Story, now only half a second back.
Yeah, half a second back, and they've been faster than Alex the past few laps. And this is some of the best racing we've seen for the lead all day.
Yeah, big, long green flag run here. Austin Story's been waiting for it. Just got to see if Alex Murray can work with RJ Root, and this lap traffic can work with him, because what this lap traffic seeing in their relative is they're seeing another car on their lap. So it's going to be hard for them as they got to be real careful, as the leader's kind of shadowed behind RJ Root there. As the 48 does the right thing, Jeff O'Rourke gets out of the way there for everybody.
Yeah, and as soon as Austin and JC got within half a second, Alex Murray started pulling back out. So maybe they burn up their stuff trying to get to him.
Yeah, maybe Alex Murray, he's playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers with 26 laps to go. Nolan Hodgson, however, he's up to 6th position after his incidents. Josh Ward doing a really good job. There's a battle between himself and Leo Bonacasa as that gets a little bit spicy. Let's watch this for a little bit. Trying to take a look through the field, see where everyone is at. Randy Spivey looking to defend against the 54. I just can't say enough about these kids in iRacing, and I say kids really affectionately. I'm older. I mean, I'm 30. I'm not older, but I know, Joseph, you're one of them. You're coming in here and absolutely blowing the doors off people. Nolan Hodgson is one of those as well. I mean, how hard is it to be a kid coming in here trying to pass these guys? And I say kid in the best way I can.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely difficult because you're not as old and not as mentally ready to say, hey, I got to be more patient. But once you learn the patience, it all comes to you quickly.
Yeah, and I mean, and I've said this about a lot of folks before. It's hard to find speed before you find that patience and being around it. But it looks like Nolan, he's able he's kind of found that middle ground there. Unfortunately, we saw earlier that incident, but he's back up to 5th right now, doing a really good job. I mean, just to come in here, it's a testament to you young bucks in the sport, and being able to have this is pretty awesome. As Austin Story is now battling, he's cutting it back to about a half second up front, and then something happens. Right now, Alex Murray dealing with heavy lap traffic. I don't know if he's just being real courteous to RJ and keeping him up there or what, because they're close, and if one of them gets caught behind something, they both are.
Well, I mean, RJ had a big slide through 1 and 2 a little bit ago while we were watching Leo and Nolan, but then that got the gap back to half a second for JC Gibson and Austin Story. Then they started battling, but JC seems like the fastest car on track right now.
Yeah, his cars also came into its own there in the 27 machine, as they're trying to get past Brian Tarnowski there in the lap traffic, and Alex Murray. I mean, we've said it over and over and over again, but we'll take another look here. Nicholas Breidenbach unfortunately tried the strategy, and then the one time we don't get a caution is when he tries the long strategy. Last came in lap 105, getting passed by Josh Ford. Hopefully he can stay up there in the top 10. Because we got a lot for Nolan. Scott Hodgson says, keep it up, Nolan. And Haley here for Alex Murray, of course, like she always is. Shout out to you. Roll Man says, big money, Austin Story. Then RJ. You guys, appreciate the heck out of you guys watching. Really. It's amazing we're able to come in here and to do what we're able to do, and that's for you and the fans and for this league. Gonna go ahead and highlight Chris Claude, the owner here at Sunday Night NASCAR. Appreciate the heck out of what he's done and his trust he's put in the team up here. Been an honor working with Chris and all the other folks here at Sunday Night NASCAR.
Oh yeah, for sure. But we go look back up at the lead. It's down to 4/10 now that JC Gibson, 3/10 now that JC Gibson has gotten by Austin Story. So it's really a battle between him and Alex, and Austin's kind of fallen off.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Alex has to be seeing this going on in the rearview mirror. The spotter's got to be saying, "Hey, I know you're trying." And of course, I'm guessing here. I don't know that he's letting RJ stay in front of them. I can't say that. I really don't know. RJ may just be trying to race his race, and he has every right to try and stay on the lead lap. But he gets loose there, and it's been costing Alex Murray hand over fist here, and he's not even going to be in a position to come down and battle with JC, it looks like. But this could be big. Alex just got by the teammate RJ Root, and RJ has shown that he will battle. So I don't think anybody's going to bat an eye if he tries to run with 27 here. Oh, as 27 gets squirrely, big save.
Looked like a little bit of team. Looked like a little bit of team orders there between Alex Murray and RJ Root. And I don't know.
Yeah, and RJ, I don't think RJ was actually kind of out of the way. I think maybe nerves got to JC a little bit there and got it squirrely. But yeah, RJ definitely kind of moved out of the way for Alex, and I think he had to. That battle was really slowing down Alex Murray. I think it was more Alex doing for RJ than it was RJ for Alex, if we're being honest. But we don't know what goes on in the headset. I think we're going to start seeing Alex gap out, though, now that he kind of has an open race.
Yeah, and with only 10 to go, I sort of expect that. But, we'll just have to see, and we'll have to monitor the lap times. Yeah, Alex Murray just ran a 23.3, and JC Gibson ran a 23.5.
Yeah, so these guys, about a second fall off. Alex is running, like you said, much faster. Almost gets into it with the lap car there. Nothing yet. Everybody's pretty spread out now, folks. We got it down to about 20 cars. These guys all going out here pushing. Chris Claude is battling with Dakota Cave, who Dakota, I mean, what a run he's had. He was in a lot of incidents there in the beginning, and I might have called it quits, but shout out to Dakota Cave for staying in there, and right now he's working on a P10.
Yeah, I mean, he was involved in a little bit early, but hard work and resilience just got him up there and kept him up there.
Yeah, definitely. So, Chad Sanders gone off track. Not sure what's going on with him. He's going to go ahead and jump to the pits, so no issue there. Speaking of another one who's put in the work, Nolan Hodgson. Got about 2 seconds to Austin's Story with 7 laps to go. He's put in some good work. Nicholas Breidenbach started as the leader about 80 laps ago, but this has been able to hold it together for a top 10. You know, you gamble, sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. You just can't decide when people are going to clean it up, and finally, you know, right when it wasn't good for him, but unfortunately there. Chris Claude, talked about him. This is going to be the battle, folks. This is the closest battle on track. Alex Murray, I hate to say it, but he's checked out for the most part. Austin Story, he's got a good gap to Nolan Hodgson. Unless you're seeing something I'm not seeing, Joseph, this is where it's going to be with 4 laps to go.
Yeah, unless there's a caution, this is pretty much wrapped up. I think it's 1, 2, 3 is where it's going to be, but I mean, if Nolan makes a mistake and slips up or gets caught behind some lap traffic, Alex Princeton could catch, with only being a second back from him, but doesn't appear Alex Princeton's car is handling like he wants it.
Yeah, definitely. So, folks, I mean, Amos Brothers Roofing 200 here, the Sports Broadcasting Network, and Racing Media. If you're ever on Facebook, we're live in both locations if you like one more than the other. Appreciate the heck out of you joining us here. And I know Alex Murray does as well. He is absolutely gone. This is what he was saving his stuff up for. 2 laps to go on the backstretch. Barry's got the white flag in his hands, and the only battle for position right now is Marty Roberts and Chris Claude.
Yep, and now that the white flag is in the air, unless something happens up front here with these lap cars, I think it's Alex Murray and then JC Gibson and then Austin Story.
Yeah, and they're racing for position in front of him with the leader behind him. So once Alex Murray crosses the line, we're going to go straight to that battle. So Alex Murray, 2-time and 2 in a row here. He won last week at Coda. Going to come back and win here as they did wreck in front of him. But luckily he's had his flag. These guys are still racing though. That was Leo Bonacasa comes across. Dakota Cave going to come across. Just unable to catch him, so Once Chris comes across, there we go. Alex Murray going to come down with the teammate and RJ Root. Do a little bit of team burnout here.
Well, yeah, just a great team win for FFR. Little bit of shake and bake there.
Definitely. So, folks, we've been doing things a little bit different recently, but I think I kind of like it. We're going to go ahead and go over our race results before we get everybody in here. Here's Alex Murray and Phil Filler Racing there taking away the win in the one position. He was there pretty much all race. Joseph able to lock it down and make it happen. JC Gibson in second. Austin Story with a really good run. Went back to front there to third. Nolan Richardson did the same thing in fourth. Alex Princeton up 24 positions in fifth. Randy Spivey in sixth. And Leo Bonacasa up 28 spots to be your hardest charger of the night in the 45 Toyota. Toyota's doing really well. 5 vehicles in the top 10. Josh Ward in the one machine is in 8th. Nicholas Bryan back at 9th. Dakota Cave in 10th. Marty Roberts in 11th. Chris Claude in 12th. RJ Root 13th. Brian Tarnowski 14th. 15th. Matt Gaskins. Then we got Kavaja Holt, Jeff O'Rourke, Steve Cornez, and Ron and Bob Nestor. Kevin Rourke, Cody Strom, Chad Sander, Dave Regal, and Tom McGee 20th through 25th. Then Dalton Mobley, Chad Khalif, Andrew Layton, Tim Trowbridge, Jeff Carson to 30. 31, Ryan Fink, Ryan Samuelson, and Charles Eaton, Warren Young, and Jarrett Phillips there. So, believe we got some folks ready for some interviews.
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring in our third place finisher, Austin Story. Hey, Austin, great run out there today. And, what were you thinking while you were running down Alex Murray there at the end?
I thought I was good to get him, but there was a little bit of traffic in the way. So, I kind of cooked my tires trying to deal with that, but it felt good running someone down for once in one of these races, being at the front for once. So, yeah, it was good, but cooked my tires trying to, get around someone.
I know what it looked like, Austin, but check. It was a good race for sure, man. You did a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. The first race this season I don't get wrecked out of, I get a podium. So feels good.
Yeah, man. Anybody you'd like to thank before you head out?
I want to thank my team, 2311, Nolan, Alex, Leo, some of my other teammates, JC, Nick, Joe Stafford, all those guys. Joseph Lester.
Go.
Yeah. Money House Graphics. Thank you to them too. And also Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, you can get that at Kroger if you didn't know. So, yeah.
Well, you heard it there. Go get your Dr. Pepper at Kroger.
Yes, sir.
Well, that was your third place finisher, Austin Story. Let's go ahead and bring in JC Gibson. Hey, JC, great run out there. What were you thinking? I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Austin. What were you thinking when you were running down Alex Murray there at the end?
I thought I had a chance there for a little bit. Y'all got me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, yeah, I thought I was going to have a chance there, and RJ was on my right side there, and it kind of pinched me a little bit. I don't think it was intentional, but I got a little loose, burned up my tires when I got loose there, and it was adios from there on out. But, yeah, I thought I had a chance for a little bit.
Yeah, man, great run. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Shout out Propel Motorsports for bringing me on board this season and practicing with me. And, yeah, shout out you guys for holding down the broadcast end and broadcasting our races every week. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, thank you for putting on a great show. Well, that was your second place finisher, J.C. Gibson. James, I think you got Alex Murray, don't you?
I do. Alex Murray, hey, 2 times in a row I'm talking to you, man. How's it feel to be the 2-time?
Just hope we can make it 3-time.
Ooh, we're looking ahead. He's calling the shots, folks. Watch out at Martinsville. So, Alex, I know you were racing with RJ Root a little bit there, and we couldn't stop over the broadcast talking about how I think he was holding you up. But were you trying to hopefully keep him up there for a caution as much as you could, or what was going on the radio?
Yeah, we were hoping for a caution to get him back on the lead lap and hopefully have a shot at him getting inside the top 3 or better than that even. He had a good car, just got unlucky with the circumstances that he was handed. But all in all, it was a great night for both of us. I mean, the whole team really, with the qualifying efforts that Ryan and RJ and myself had, and we'll look forward to next week and see if we can do it again.
Definitely talking about next week and what you guys have been able to do. Do you feel like Field Filler may have a little bit of a target on their back heading to the rest of the short tracks as you guys have just been dominating the season so far?
I think so. I mean, JC and everyone over at Propel have been fast all year, and all the other guys too. Cyclone's been up there, and we just got to keep doing what we're doing and hopefully build good setups that can prevail at the end of the race. So keep doing what we're doing, focus forward to next week, and see if we can do it again.
Definitely. It definitely helps to have drivers driving those setups like you, RJ, and Ryan. But tell us about who you got on the car. I heard a little bit of a shout out there mid-race. Just tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we've got the simracingedge.com, Edge Setup Shop, and then we just opened up Edge Academy, which is basically our development team to get your iRating up, to lead you into the Charge Racing team, which is our pro team, which we've got Alex Berger on, Brennan Poole, Brennan and myself run it. We've got Berger on, RJ, myself, and a few others on the actual pro team, and then we've got quite a few guys that have signed up and put the application in online for the academy, and we're working to get people onto the pro team to get them to the Coke Series at some point. Bergeron's running the RTP Series right now with us in the truck, and we're hoping to get him to the Contender Series if he makes top 70, and going to go from there. So Edge Academy and Edge Graphics, we do it all, and it's a lot, but we get it all done.
As long as y'all don't break into broadcasting, we'll be all right.
Yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good there.
No, just playing with you, Alex. I know you got a lot going on there from one to another, man. I'm just blessed that we're able to make money off this what is essentially, the video game, the simulator.
Yep.
So good luck to you, sir, as always.
I appreciate it.
And hopefully I'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, hopefully so.
That was our race winner, Alex Murray. Before we go, you got any last notes, James?
If you saw what happened here, we're going to go ahead and shorten the track for you and take it to Martinsville next week. So be sure, bring your popcorn. It's going to be a good one. You already heard a little bit of the rivalry starting to build against these Field Filler guys. So keep an eye out, Joseph. I think next week we're going to see some fireworks at Martinsville.
Yeah, I think we will. And just can't get too cocky. Can't lift your foot off gas. Can't do that, and if you do, you'll slip up and maybe not get as good of runs, but I know they won't. They always put in the work each week, and yeah, it's going to be a great rest of the season.
Definitely so. So from us here at Esports Broadcasting Network over on YouTube and Sim Racing Media over on Facebook, we appreciate the heck out of you guys that have watched and cheered on your drivers this whole time around. Callie, Scott Hodgson, Haley, all you guys. Haley, you got your good luck. So, folks, as always, from here at ESPN and SRM. We appreciate the heck out of you, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week.